What's up, everybody? Rob Wilson here, Money Monday, the show where we talk about the most important things that you need to know about your money. And I'm really excited about today's topic because by far the most asked question in my inbox is, Rob, how can I make more money? And I really appreciate that you guys are thinking this way because if you've ever heard me speak, you know that I often say if you focus on living up to your potential, you'll never have to worry about living within your means. And what I mean by that is if you spend your time and your energy on maximizing your earning potential, it'll have a much more powerful impact on your life than cutting back on coffee or going out to eat less. So, based on those messages that I receive, I see that you guys are really trying to figure out how to make six figures. But the problem is, I think that you're thinking about it in the wrong way. So, today I've got a framework that I want to introduce you to called the Money Tree, which I hope will help you think about earning $100,000 a little bit differently. And also, by the end of it, I think you'll feel like it's not as hard as you think it is as well. But for me to properly explain this correctly, let me take you over to the iPad. Okay, everybody, here's the deal. So let's just say that you wanted to make $100,000, which in the United States would put you in the top 10% of all wage earners. Okay? Now, what's $100,000? Well, you could spend your time sending out resumes, taking interviews, trying to convince an employer to pay you that amount of money. Or you could look at it a different way because $100,000 is nothing other than 1,000 people paying you $100. Okay, so then I start to hear excuses. Well, Rob, 1,000 people is a lot of people. How do I get in front of all of those people? What did I say? Well, you could look at it that way, or you could look at it a different way. What if you looked at it as 100 people paying you $1,000? So then I say, or I hear people say, hey, Rob, that's great to think about it that way, but what in the world am I going to sell for $1,000 a piece? Okay, well, let's break this down even further. So $1,000 is roughly $80 a month. And if you take it one step further, $80 a month is about $20 a week. So when you take a step back and you look at this format that I call the money tree, if you wanted to make $100,000, you needed to do nothing other than get 100 people to pay you $1,000 a year for your product or service, $80 a month, or $20 a week. Now, how do you get in front of these 100 people? Well, just think about all of the things that you have available to you. You've got Facebook. You've got Twitter. You've got YouTube, of course. You've got LinkedIn, which a lot of you guys aren't using to its full potential. You really need to get yourselves on LinkedIn. You've got Pinterest. You could set up a blog, etc., etc., etc. But the point here is that if you want to make more than 9 out of 10 of your friends by making $100,000 in the United States, 100 people and a product or service that people can find value in for $1,000 a year, $80 a month, $20 a week, that's what's going to change your life. Now, I can almost hear the excuses flooding in already saying, hey, Rob, that's a great way to think about it, but I don't have anything to sell. Well, listen, this doesn't need to be rocket science either. You don't have to come up with some revolutionary idea. Just do things that are already working. Now, what are some of the ideas that you could use to take advantage of the money tree? Well, you could start delivering coffee to an office building. You could become a barber or a hairstylist. You could create your own private shuttle or car service. There's tutoring, there's landscaping. You could start preparing meals for busy professionals. The opportunities are endless. The point here is that you don't have to wait for some employer to decide that you're worth paying $100,000. And you're certainly not going to get there by getting 3% raises every year. Listen, I hope it's very clear to you by now that you already have the tools available to you to make the type of money that you want to make six figures, and to make more than 9 out of 10 of your friends. You're only limited by your imagination and your own work ethic. Take this show, for example. When I realized that all I had to do to be able to communicate with, educate, and hopefully inspire you to live up to your potential, that all I had to do was to get a camera, shoot a video, upload it to YouTube, and it would instantly be available to anyone on the planet with an internet connection, I could absolutely not wait to get this channel started. So when you start to think about the opportunities that are available to you in that way, it's almost silly for you to wait for an employer to decide that they're going to pay you $100,000. Now, if you still need a little extra push or some ideas on what type of business you can start, go check out my podcast in iTunes called Movers and Shakers, where I interview people who have been wildly successful in a range of different industries. And you can find that at robwilson.tv/iTunes. And you should also sign up to get free email updates from me, where I give tips and advice to only people who are on my list. You can find that robwilson.tv/VIP. Well, there you have it, everybody. There's your blueprint on how to improve your life by getting to that six-figure income level that you've been trying to get to. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss another video. And if you think there's somebody else out there who needs to hear this message, don't keep it to yourself. Please share this video with them so we can start to improve many more people's lives. Okay, guys, that's it for Money Monday this week. You guys get back to work. I'll see you next week.
The number 2 is, the other P is product.
Yeah, I've made these recommendations before that you should start a business and kind of like it was a good thing to do, but I think it's a must.